All right. You don't have to do as much as I do.
I don't have to do, but I mean,
you do what you want.
You know, I can't.
No.
I can't be that guy that puts a little dab. You know, it's just it looks bad. I gotta.
Don't
okay, right there, right there.
All right.
I think that's a good.
All right.
I think I'd say that's pretty comparable.
You're good. Cheers, man.
Have you been craving an adventure that goes beyond the typical tourist experience? What if you can truly connect with the destination, unearth its hidden stories, and meet the people who make it tick? The ONSC Podcast offers you exactly that.
This isn't just a travel podcast. It's an invitation to connect with a place on a deeper level.
I'm Colby Gonsalves.
I'm Jessica Pickering.
And I'm Karen Applin.
And this is the ONSC Podcast.
All right, and welcome to another episode of the ONSC Podcast. This is season 6. We're now moving to video format, so this is exciting. And I decided, why not bring Dino on? We already shoot hot shots with him and at his establishment here at Spice is Nice. So we brought a Detroit man originally, right, Dino?
That's right.
Lions fan?
Of course.
Yeah, they're what, 9-4 right now?
Best since I've been around, 58 years.
They're doing real well, and I'm my mom's from Michigan, so I spent a lot of my summers up there and graduated from Northwood University up there. So,
and I'm a Wayne State University grad
in Detroit. Yep. So
Detroit.
Very familiar with that. Before we start getting into it, let's try one of these hot sauces to start off the interview. And which one do you want to go with?
We're gonna go with. We'll save the killer for last.
Okay.
Doc's Fusion Fuel. This is, obviously from the old Back to the Future type theme.
I was reading about it. I love the theme.
I have not tried this sauce yet, so I don't know. I don't know if it's mild, medium, or watch Colby have seizures.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. All right, I'll let you pour your own.
Okay.
Man.
All right.
Just so. I was gonna taste it before, so I knew what I was in for. But. A nice ample serving here.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Good flavor. Not
Great
hot.
flavor.
Not hot at all.
Okay. It wasn't spicy. I'd give it like a 2 to 3.
Yeah. I would
spice
agree.
level on that.
Yeah, it's got a nice smoky chipotle.
Yeah, it's really good. Highly recommend the that hot sauce. Definitely flavor wise.
All right.
So.
Good.
Want to start off by asking you, can you share with our listeners your journey that led you, your personal journey that led you to opening up, Spice is Nice here in downtown Sanford?
Man, that's tough. So when I was, I was in the zoo business prior 30 years, and when the time I got out of it last March, I was, 30 years is a long time to do anything. I was just time for a change. I still, partake. I'm still friends with everybody at the zoo. It's an industry I will always love. But I wanted to open an Italian market. I'm pretty close.
I would say so.
I have Italian food in here.
Italian stuff.
I got Italian food.
Yeah, definitely.
But then, there was one that recently opened up in Orlando, and I thought, you know what? There's enough around. Let's try something a little different. So I thought I'd just do spicy foods from around the world. I like spicy. I like stupid hot. Let's put the two together and see what happens.
No, definitely. And I mean, you have so many items in here.
Yeah, I think I'm around 2,000 SKUs right now, different units.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And whenever we come into here for hot shots, we're always looking for the new items, and we're always purchasing one bottle or something, something unique here.
Yep.
So you have your own line of hot sauces.
I do.
Hotter than now.
Yeah.
And how many do you have in total?
I have 13 sauces, 1 salsa, 1 spice blend, 1 ketchup, an ice cream. Well, we'll get into that a little bit later. A couple other products that I do with another local company. And I have a 14th sauce that'll be out in January.
All right.
I already got, just approved the label, and it's going to print.
Now, when you create these hot sauces, is there an inspiration behind them, or are you just like a madman in the kitchen? Just come up with it.
Yes to both.
Okay.
But it is usually, inspiration. I mean, I have one sauce, a mango habanero. almost every sauce company I have on the wall has a mango habanero. So that was not really a whole lot of inspiration. My sauces were all done without sugars or sweeteners for my own personal reasons. So for me, that's important. So I didn't add sugars, I didn't add sweeteners to it, but I wanted it to be a little different. So I added a nice kick of ginger. So it has a nice ginger finish. So I just like things to be a little bit different, not always the straightforward, what everybody else has. And that being said, if they're on this wall, it's a fantastic product. Be it mango habanero, be it Louisiana style. If they made the cut to be on this wall, it's high quality. So it's no disrespect to anybody else. It's just, I like to add a little different twist.
Yeah, no disrespect to the mango habanero out there.
Nope.
Now, did you make that one just because, give the people what they want?
It was give the people what they want. And again, I wanted one that wasn't as sweet, filled with sweeteners. And again, no disrespect to some of my best selling sauces here are sweet mango sauces. Yeah. But for me personally, I could drink a bottle of unsweetened and maybe only a half bottle of sweetened. So I prefer it.
Now, tell us a little bit about your sauce that was on Hot Ones. I can't remember the name of it. Hotter Than Hell.
Ghost Sauce.
Ghost Sauce.
Ghost Sauce was my first sauce on the show. It was season 12 in the number 4 spot. It was a lot of back and forth. I mean, it was literally a lot of negotiating with them, on various things. But it was overall it was a good experience. Their first order is 20 pallets. So for those that don't know, 20 pallets, there's roughly about 150, 160 cases per pallet. So do the math. That's 3,000. That's what is that? 3,000 cases. That comes out to be at 12 bottles per case. It was a 36,000 bottle order. I mean, I'll put up with a little negotiating for a 36,000 bottle order.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's a lot of hot sauce.
And if my math is wrong, don't message me.
Don't hold us to it, right?
I remember I went to school in Detroit.
Yeah.
Looking for real adventures in Central Florida that you don't have to wait 4 hours in line for? Do Orlando North.
Explore the magic of nature that the theme parks just can't touch with the ONSC Podcast.
Tell us some about the unique offerings that people can expect to find here, some of the unique products.
Yeah, so, it's, I always said I didn't want to be a hot sauce store.
Yeah.
And those are around. But as I'm now almost 20 months into it, I'm learning hot sauce is probably the biggest selling product I have. So I have expanded it a bit, but I have spicy pastas. I have seasonings for edamame, seasonings for pho. Probably some of the weirder things I have is spicy toothpaste.
Spicy. I remember that. I forgot you had that.
Yeah,
that's right.
And people, when I say it, they make a comment like, because I have a squid jerky. It's basically shredded squid, it's made like a jerky from the Philippines and Korea. That's another bizarre one. So people will see that and they're like, oh my God, how weird. What other weird stuff you got? I go, I got spicy toothpaste, and nobody believes it, so I have to point it out. Does anyone
buy it usually?
I do. I have people that come back regularly for it. Yeah. I mean, I use it every morning.
Yeah, start a subscription service.
I know, for toothpaste, spicy toothpaste.
Now, what would your favorite, your most unique product to you maybe in here be?
Man, that is tough. I get so many new items a month, a week, that whatever was my favorite last week might now be something different, because I just keep getting new things. And I try to bring 1 or 2 items home a week to try that I haven't tried before. Because it's weird. I always make jokes with people that, people come in and they'll pick something off the shelf. They'll say, hey, how is this? And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't tried it. They're like, well, why? So I go, well, do you go into Publix, pull something off the shelf and say to the employee, hey, have you tried this? I mean, who tries every single item? Granted, I'm not Publix, I'm smaller. So I've been trying to catch up so I can answer every person that comes in asking me. But back to it, lately I've been on a curry kick. So I've been doing a lot of Thai curries and a lot of Japanese curries.
Okay. And what do you do with those?
I'll do usually a chicken or a shrimp or a seafood. So yeah, they're super simple, and that's what I like about it. I'm here till late at night, late evenings. The time I get home, the last thing I want to do is cook this big elaborate meal.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's elaborate, and the fact that the way it comes out is fantastic. It's dice up some veggies, drop it in, drop in your protein, whatever choice that may be, or tofu if you're a vegan, and simmer. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's the way to go. That's what I always do, especially at Whole Foods. I go in and buy the Indian sauces and just dump them in and
you're done.
Simmer and you're done. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Great meal. Best way to go. And
I'm going to ignore the point that he said he goes to Whole Foods and buys it.
I mean, it's I live in Altamont Springs.
I get it.
It's a block away from my house. Convenience. That's it. If you were a block away, I'd come here all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
So I want to talk about being a business owner in Sanford. Sanford is our tourist, capital of Seminole County, I guess you could say. It's what it's known for. With having a store in downtown Sanford, how do you feel like your business helps drive tourism in Seminole County?
So, speaking with some of the people with Historic Downtown Sanford, the group, they feel, we have a great selection of bars and restaurants. All types, all different ethnicities we've had in restaurants. They all do well. Everybody's happy. So there's a lot of good eating. We always are a little behind in the retail. So I think bringing a different retail establishment is helpful. We get people coming off the auto train, the bus, the shuttle here downtown Sanford, which is fantastic. People come in, people leaving on the Amtrak train to go back to New York, Virginia area. They stop in here and they'll load up, especially if they've been coming here, 2-3 times a year. They'll come in, load up with stuff that they can bring back because they don't have to worry about going through airport, carrying bottles. So they load up. So it gives them spicy snacks for the drive home, the ride home. I think it's a perk. I definitely do. It's different. The majority of people come in, they buy stuff, but even the looky-loos, the people that, the tire kickers come in just to look and chat. I have a blast talking with people, man. Listening to their story, what brought them down here. So I don't know. I think it's a plus for people. If they're not going to go through any kind of wacky experience of tasting things, because, anything for those that don't know with a red sticker means we have samples of those products. So I got several hundred items. You can come in here and, you could get full, like as if you're eating, or you could burn your taste buds, whatever you're up for, we could do it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Now, I don't want to put you on the spot though. So what, maybe I shouldn't say what's your favorite restaurant in the area here, or maybe what's, some of your favorite restaurants in downtown Sanford.
Yeah, there truly are a lot. It's funny the first time I went to Hollerbox, and this was back when I was CEO of the zoo. We had a business meeting there with some board members, and I was kind of dreading it because I always think of their, German food is not spicy. Needless to say, I like spice. I was blown away, man. Yeah. I was blown away.
It's an amazing
the best Reuben, the most amazing salads, fantastic. Across the street at the Station Bar and Grill, they use my triple X hot sauce for their wings. So I get on the BOGO wing nights, I usually get at least 1 or 2 orders of the triple X wings. Henry's Depot's got a lot of their ramen place at Henry's Depot.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Amazing. Chef Mike is amazing, man. He just crushes it. He's a classically trained Japanese chef. Amazing stuff. So yeah, there really are so many things. There's so many options, and there's a ton I left out, and it's only because I know we have limited time.
Yeah. No worries. Now, speaking on the Firehouse, you said they use your hot sauce for the wings.
Yep.
Do you have any other collaborations with any of the other businesses here in Sanford?
Yeah, I do. And it's something I've always kind of strived for, even when I was up in Jacksonville. I always tried to work with the local businesses. So yeah, the station, they have my Love Burns hot sauce on the wings. They use my 4-pepper punch in all their pork dishes, so they're spicy. Their pretzel appetizer has it. Next door to them is the old jailhouse. They use one of my sauces for their spicy Bloody Marys.
How not?
The Basin up at Henry's Depot, they use my 4-pepper punch and my ghost sauce for their spicy Bloody Marys. I started working with Wonder Maid about a year ago now. They make my spicy blueberry hot sauce ice cream. So they're obviously an ice cream maker.
Yeah.
So they make the ice cream for me. They add my blueberry hot sauce. So it's a nice blueberry cinnamon flavored hot sauce or ice cream. And recently they did mango habanero marshmallows using my mango habanero hot sauce. And then I'm working with 2 of the breweries. I'm working on hot sauces using some of their beers.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're slowly inserting yourself into Seminole County.
I am.
Becoming a prominent figure here.
I am. And you know, my goal is, and I've spoke with the folks at Loggerhead, I have a rye or bourbon hot sauce that's amazing. And I'm trying to see if they'd be willing to jump in on that with me.
Okay, now the rye bourbon hot sauce, is that?
It's not made yet.
Okay, it's not made yet.
Yeah, no, I was with the company up in Jacksonville, a distillery. They were all for it until they found out how much it took. I needed 40 pounds of the alcohol, and they were like, we're not in a spot we want to do that. So I'm talking with them to see if it's something they're willing.
Okay. Now, another question I have is, in what ways do you think Spice is Nice reflects the spirit and character of Seminole County?
Seminole County, I mean, it's truly a melting pot. I mean, we have all types of people that live here, all types of, ethnicities, tolerance levels when it comes to heat, as I learn a lot, as I burn people. But I think, it's always funny when people come in, I get, all the different ethnicities coming in, and they're always shocked. The Philippine people shocked at all the stuff that I have that's from the Philippines or Indian based, whatever. So I think it's a good one-stop shop for pretty much any ethnic group that comes through.
So since, you left the zoo world and started this, you're an entrepreneur. What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs, that are looking to come to Seminole County and start a business?
I've always been one of these, I have an idea, I'm going to do it. I don't research it. I don't do a business plan. I don't do any of that.
Best way to go into it, right?
Well,
yeah.
Don't do what I did. Do the business plan, look at it, because it's stressful. When times are tough, this is not something, a lot of these items are not your basic must-haves. It's not a loaf of bread and peanut butter, though we do have spicy peanut butter, and I have spicy bread. But it's definitely do your research. Being in Sanford, I always told my daughter who lives up in Jacksonville, when I retire from the zoo, I'm coming back to Jacksonville to be closer to you. When I gave my 6-month notice at the zoo that I was going to be stepping down, I thought about it, and I called her and I says, when Daddy said he was going to come home, she's like, yeah. I go, I'm not coming home. I'm going to stay here.
Home.
Yeah. And her reply was, good. I love it down there.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
So it made me feel good because, I obviously don't want to alienate my daughter. But the point of that was basically, I love Sanford. I love this area. If I could, live out my time here and die in the house that I bought down here, I'd be a happy man. I mean, I do. I love it. I love Sanford. I'm 11-minute walk home. I'm a 4-minute cart ride home, golf cart, because I do have my golf cart.
Everyone has to have a golf cart.
You have to.
Sanford, yeah.
What's not to love, man? I mean, we have flooding, but we're in the South.
Yeah.
It's going to flood.
We get hurt. To deal with the harsh machine winters.
I am not shoveling snow.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I did 4 years up there for school, and I said I need to get out of snow. It's just not what I want to do. So with Seminole County, tell us, you just described your love for Seminole County. What are some of the locations that you love going to in Seminole County? Some of the maybe other businesses or maybe just the parks?
There's the Black Bear Wilderness, which is not too far. Great place just to go walk when you need to clear your head and just take in nature and just kind of unplug, so to speak. Wekiva Island, fantastic. I
Great
love
place.
Wekiva Island.
Great place.
You know, when I was with the zoo, they've always done great things helping us out as far as sponsoring things and being a venue for our staff Christmas parties. So that's a fantastic place. Since I've opened the store, I'm like literally handcuffed here. I don't leave much anymore, so I don't get to go out a whole lot. You know, I know they did a lot with the building of Ryder Park, and I used to do the farmers markets out there. So that's a nice place to go. They got a little splash pad area for the kids. I mean, there really is so much. I think every city has its own little jewel.
Yeah.
You know, in Seminole County.
Every city's kind of like has a unique thing about it.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I guess it's time to break into the second hot sauce.
You sure?
Yeah, why not? I'll wind it down here, get into a couple more questions, but let's give Primo Army another try. I remember doing Primo Army maybe a couple weeks ago for a hot shot shoot, and I know this is a bad idea, but
Well, if you haven't seen it, go to my store's TikTok page, and I posted a video of Colby doing it, and this is gonna sound weird because I thought I killed the guy, even though in the background you could hear me laughing.
Yeah.
So obviously I wasn't.
He was
too
enjoying my pain. Let's just say that he found humor in it.
All right, you don't have to do as much.
I don't
as
have to do, but I mean,
you do what you want.
You know, I can't.
No,
I can't be that guy that puts a little dab. You know, it looks bad. I gotta.
Don't
okay, right there, right there.
All right.
I think that's a.
All right.
I think I'd say that's pretty comparable.
You're good. Cheers, man.
Thank God. This has great flavor, but man, is it spicy. Whew.
Yeah, and it's a great sweet flavor up front, and then after about 30, 40 seconds, he'll start grasping the table, having hiccups.
Last time I had the hiccups, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
All right.
You're doing good, man. You're already better than last time.
I am. I will say
Next
that.
time you'll be able to do a full tablespoon.
I don't know about that. We'll go for it, though. We'll go for it next time. So I want to ask, in your opinion, what makes Seminole County a unique and compelling destination for people to visit, you know? I mean, it was, you know, as a lot of locals will say, it was the Orlando before Orlando, you know?
Yeah. Man, that's a tough one. I mean, you know, the other thing I left out was the zoo.
Yeah, that's true. Asian Lantern Festival
as a place to go. Asian Lantern Festival is happening again. But even without that, it's a great destination, you know, especially if you have toddlers, you let them run around, you let them get tuckered out, they fall asleep, you got the afternoon to chill with no crying kids. I know I had one. But I think it just offers everything. You know, I like to tell everybody it's a small town that has all the needs of the big town, but you still have the small town feel. You're 40 minutes from, you know, amusement park world, whatever you want to hit. You're 30 minutes from the beach. So you have everything you need. We got a great airport. Now it doesn't fly everywhere like, you know, Orlando does, but it flies everywhere I need to go, and it's quick, it's easy. You're in 10 minutes, you're out. So I mean, it really is the perfect place to be.
Yeah,
I love it.
I will add on to that. SFB, shout out to them.
Yep.
I've flown SFB. Amazing. You're through security in 5 minutes, if that. And I don't know if you knew, I just went on a day trip to the Keys you can do. So
Nice.
you fly out at about 8 a.m., get there close to 9, and then you leave at 5:30 p.m.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a 40-minute flight down there. You spend the day drinking. Just don't drink too much because then you can't get back on. They won't let you on. So
Experience.
yeah. Great flight. It's a great day trip. I think for me, it was like $40 round trip.
Huh.
So,
I'll have to look at that, bring my daughter down.
yeah, definitely. Look it up. And before we sign off, just want to say, what's something you want to leave our listeners with, our viewers with, a final message?
You know, even if you don't like spicy food, man, you need to come down. You need to check the place out. We have stuff for, you know, the wimpy side or the crazy side. Either way, we'll help or hurt anybody. But yeah, man, if you haven't been in the area, if you haven't been downtown Sanford, you need to come. I hear it all the time as people walk in. Oh, we haven't been to Sanford in 20 years. This is nothing like I remember it. So it's great to see that the word's has been getting out there. And, you guys do a heck of a job helping promote and spread that word. So I think it's great. I think it's working.
We try. Hey, we try our best.
Yeah, man. Come on down. You'll dig it.
Definitely. Dino, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
And to everyone, make sure follow us, Do Orlando North, on Instagram, YouTube, Do Orlando North. All right. See you next time.
If you're looking to learn more about what's going on in Orlando North, Seminole County, make sure you follow us at Do Orlando North.
Tag us on social media at Do Orlando North for a chance to be featured on our page. The ONSC podcast you just heard reflects the opinions of only the host and guests who are associated persons of Orlando North Seminole County and does not reflect the views of Seminole County government. The ONSC podcast is for informational purposes only. For more information on Orlando North Seminole County, follow us on social media at Do Orlando North or visit our website at www.doorlandonorth.com.